Well, hey y'all, it's about that time. It's gardening time again here. And this will be year 2 with these little garden beds. And this is just an update. It's a wild jungle right now. We're about to start weeding it out and getting it ready to have some plants. But this is the result of last year. This is asparagus fern. This is where it's ferned up. It grew like crazy. See this? And I'm just gonna try to put probably some trellis or something to hold it up so it can just get the sun in the summer and stuff, and the energy will go back to the little roots down there. So that's great. The strawberries completely took over this bed, and they're actually already producing fruit. I'm gonna have to go and harvest some strawberries already, and I haven't even touched this. The only thing we've been doing is when we change the water on our fish tank, we put it in here. So that's pretty cool. Last year we had some really small fruit, and I was trying to figure out why that was. And I've done some research, and we have really alkaline water here, really bad. It's almost like a 9 on the pH scale. So we've got a reverse osmosis system, and I got a couple of those barrels, and we're going to run some water, and I'm going to connect the sprinklers to a pump and pump out water that's reverse osmosis, and I'm going to supplement with some fertilizers and stuff like that to actually get the appropriate amount of calcium and things like that. So that's what we're going to try this year, and see if we can actually get a beefsteak tomato that is smaller, or that's bigger than a little cherry tomato like that. So that's what's happening this year. I'm also adding 2 blackberry bushes. I'm going to try Ponca blackberries, and they're going to be also in containers like this. We're going to cut them in half, and that's going to be their container. So yeah, I'm not going to have as many things this year, just tomatoes, some bell peppers, stuff like that, because I'm also working on medical coding classes. So I'm trying to complete that, and I got to pass that test in a few months here. So I've got that to work on, but we can't let a spring go by and not grow something. This is the second bed. We got this lovely gigantic weed that I'm about to battle, and there's an ant bed there. We got to deal with that. And all of this grass grew in, despite the fact that there's cardboard under here. I don't know how it got in here, but it is. This is just tomatoes that kind of wilted and composted in, so I'm just going to probably fold that into the soil. And we've got some more garden soil. And I'm also covering it with pine bark on top. I'm going to mulch it with pine bark and see if that'll help the acidity come up some in the soil. That's what the Google told me anyway.
We're going to try to get some pollinating bees too.
Yeah, we also got a bird bath. My dad bought me a bird bath to put back here for the bees because they love the one in the front yard. Yeah. So yeah, that is how we're starting this year. So we're going to work on this a little bit, and I will come back and I'll show you. Okay, hey guys, this is a little while later. It got dark on us and stuff, but this is where we got to with this little garden bed. Got quite a bit of the grass up. There is an ant bed down there, and we did actually spray that. It's not the greatest thing to have in your garden, bug spray, but we sprayed it, so we're letting that sit probably till tomorrow, and we will get that grass there tomorrow. So I hated to have to do that because I don't actually use bug spray and chemicals in the garden, but I don't want fire ants in there either. So especially when we're going to be planting and digging around and stuff, I don't want to get stung. But maybe we'll just not plant things right there. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, there was a tomato plant that dropped a bunch of tomatoes and they dried up, so I'm letting them compost it. We very well might get volunteer tomato plants, who knows. But we're gonna put those bags into here in a few and kind of mix it all around, and this bed should be prepped for whatever we're going to put in it. I haven't decided yet. And I'm going to work on that one later on. I got to get the weeds out and do the asparagus up on stakes and see what's just going on with the strawberries. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They're everywhere. But yeah, there's a couple dried up tomato vines I got to pull out, basil vine I got to get rid of. And I think there's a bell pepper plant that's dried up from last year too. We're going to get all that out, and I think next weekend I'll be getting my plants from the store, the nursery or whatever. I'm going to get, I know, tomato plants, several different varieties, probably a bell pepper plant or two, and some yellow squash. And the yellow squash is probably going to go here. That's probably what I'm going to do this year, because I very well hope that I get some yellow squash this year. I didn't last year, so I'm thinking about ordering one of those little boxes. They're like a net. I guess it's a cage to keep the bugs off and stuff. So maybe, I don't know. I haven't decided about that yet. But yeah, and then of course we're going to do the little blackberry bush project, and we're going to put barrels over here and connect our watering system to it. So I will show videos about that. And that's a planter. I just got grass weeds that we pulled up. So, and that's about it. So that is our first gardening video of the season this year, I guess.
Yeah, 2026.
So here we go. And this is where we're at after we added, I think it was like 3 bags of the topsoil and like 2 bags of topsoil, 3 bags of the garden soil. So